I'm 6'5", and being Maryland's tallest realtor gives me a literal high-level view of our market. But today, I'm not just talking about which houses have the best ceiling height, though we'll get into that. We're going to be talking about why Howard County is the most researched, most competitive, and arguably the most misunderstood county in Maryland as we move through 2026. Whether you're going to be moving for the #1 ranked school system, the $2 billion biotech boom in nearby Frederick that's spilling over into our borders, or the unique village lifestyle of Columbia, you need the facts. Right now, the average home value is sitting at $636,000. This is a slight 0.3% dip from last year, which actually represents a rare breathing room window for buyers that we haven't seen in years. I'm going to be breaking down the 7 pillars of Howard County lifestyle so that you can move here with confidence, not just hope. First, let's go deep on Columbia. It's not a city in the traditional sense. It's a vision that's been realized. Founded by James Rouse in 1967, it consists of 10 self-contained villages. In 2026, we're seeing a massive revitalization. For example, the Long Reach Village Center just received a unanimous recommendation for a massive mixed-use redevelopment. We're talking over 100,000 square feet of indoor athletic facilities, a new senior housing development, and sustainable green designs. When people talk about the Columbia bubble, they're talking about convenience. Each village has its own village center with grocery stores and community spaces. But you need to know about the Columbia Association. The Columbia Association is an annual assessment that funds the 36,000 acres of open space and 95 miles of pathways. If you're looking for a home here, the median sales price is currently $525,000. It's the perfect blend of suburban quiet and urban amenities, but you have to be okay with the contemporary architectural style that defines the area. The #1 question that I get is, are the schools really that good? The answer is in the data. For the 2025-2026 school year, the Howard County Public School System remains the top-ranked district in Maryland. We have 78 schools serving a diverse population of over 57,000 students. But here's what matters for your wallet. The county is investing $21,640 per student this year alone. We have a teacher-to-student ratio of roughly 1:22 in high schools, even tighter at 1:20 in the middle schools. This isn't just about grades, it's about property value. And when you buy in a top tier zone like River Hill or Clarksville, your home acts like a blue chip stock. Even in a flat national market, these areas hold their value because demand to get into these schools is perpetual. 72% of our high schoolers are participating in the GT Gifted and Talented program. That's the kind of environment that you're buying into. All right, the tall test, what everyone's been waiting for. If you love history, you're gonna be looking at Ellicott City, but there's a major 2026 update that you need to know about. The North Tunnel Flood Project is in full swing. A massive boring machine named Rocky is currently being assembled to dig a 1-mile-long, 18-foot in diameter tunnel that's 100 feet beneath the historic district. This is a $168 million project designed to carry 26,000 gallons of water per second away from Main Street and into the Patapsco River. This is huge for property owners because it's finally addressing the safety of historic West End. However, as the tallest realtor, I have to warn you, these historic homes from the 1800s were not built for people my height. We're talking about 6 to 7 foot ceilings and pretty narrow staircases. If you want a modern, tall, friendly home, I'm steering you towards Maple Lawn in Fulton. It's a newer, neo-traditional community where the average home stays in the market for 19 days. You get the luxury, the height, and the schools, but you'll be looking at a median list price closer to $900,000. All right, for part 4, let's get into the part that everyone hates but needs to hear. Taxes. For the 2026 fiscal year, the Howard County property tax rate is $1.04 per $100 of assessed value. But that's not all. You also have a fire and rescue tax, and that's 20.6 cents, and a local income tax rate of 3.2%. Now, if you're coming from a state with no income tax, this is going to be a shock. However, compare that to our neighboring counties and you're going to see that Howard County is actually quite competitive for the level of services that you're going to get here. For 2026, the recordation tax is $2.50 for every $500 of value. When we sit down to write an offer, you're going to have to look at the net taxable income impact that this provides. My goal is to make sure that your monthly all-in payment, principal, interest, taxes, and insurance actually fits within your budget. Number 5 is the biggest gotcha in Maryland, the transfer tax. In Howard County, this rate is 1.25% of the property value. On a $600,000 home, that's going to be $7,500 just for the privilege of changing the name on the deed. So where does this go? 25% goes to school land and construction. 25% is going to go to park development. This is literally how we pay for the #1 schools I mentioned earlier. In Maryland, it's standard for the buyer and seller to split the fee 50-50. However, in the 2026 spring market, I'm seeing some aggressive buyers offer to pay the full 1.25% just to make their offer stand out without increasing the actual purchase price. It's a strategic move that we can discuss if you find the one. 6th is the commute. Howard County is a commuter's crossroad of the Mid-Atlantic, but here in 2026, we have a game changer, the Flash Bus Rapid Transit Extension. Starting in fall of 2026, this service is going to connect downtown Columbia directly to Silver Spring and the DC metro area with stops in Maple Lawn and Johns Hopkins Applied Physics Labs. Construction is going to begin in April of 2026, and these buses are going to run every 30 minutes during rush hour. This is massive for people who work at APL or Montgomery County but want the Howard County lifestyle. If you're a daily commuter, you also have the Dorsey Mark Station, which is a straight shot into Union Station, DC, and even Camden Yards in Baltimore. We're truly 30 minutes away from everything, but you have to know which back roads to take to avoid the 95 parking lot at 5 p.m. Finally, number 7, where is the value? If the $636,000 county average is too high, don't give up on Howard County. Look in Elkridge or North Laurel. In North Laurel, the median list price is currently $448,000. You're still going to get the Howard County school system, but you're getting more square footage for your dollar. The market is finally stabilizing. Homes are staying on the market for an average of 8 days depending, which is fast, but up from the 0-day frenzy of the years in the past. You have time to breathe. You have time for a home inspection. You have time to call me. If you're planning to move in the next 90 days, click on the link in the description to book a 15-minute discovery call. I'm Maryland's tallest realtor, and I'm ready to help you find a home that fits. I'll see you on the next one.